Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. It is Tuesday, the 26th of May, so the Tuesday after the bank holiday. And what a bank holiday it was. The weather's been blistering. Now, I live on a coastal area, and the beaches were absolutely packed. When I looked across them, it looked like a picture from the 1970s, from like Great Yarmouth or somewhere. It was amazing. People out enjoying the sunshine, having fun on the beach with the kids. Yeah, it was fantastic. Unfortunately, in the evenings, you see the posts on Facebook, drunken kids, uh, young girls knocked out from alcohol, asleep on the beach, rubbish everywhere. But, in all honesty, we weren't much better when we were younger. Thankfully, well, I'm thankful that I didn't grow up in a time where social media was a thing, um, because I wouldn't have wanted some of my shenanigans held forever on Facebook. Yeah, but no, it was a great weekend. Yeah, so I was busy over the weekend. I did about 30,000 steps a day, which is a lot more than I would normally do, pretty much double. Um, Yesterday, I felt like a tin man. I was screaming for my oil can by the time I got home. I was knackered. But I'm out early this morning, left the house about 5 to 7. I'm about 6Ks, 6 kilometers into the walk. I'm on the way back. I'm going to stop off at the barber, get a haircut. It's getting a bit too long again. But no, again, what a fantastic bank holiday. Finally, we've had some nice weather on a bank holiday, and people have been able to go out and enjoy the beaches, enjoy whatever they've been doing over the bank holiday, firing up a barbecue in the garden, having friends around and family. Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I've got to admit, I wasn't very good yesterday with my diet. I had a toasted tea cake with my wife at the cafe whilst we were out for a walk, and then on the way back, an ice cream. But I think I deserved it. I think I've done over nearly 70,000 steps over the last 3 days. I haven't weighed myself for a couple of days, so I think I might do that tomorrow and see the results. And then also booking an appointment to get my HbA1c test done, because I'm really, really, looking forward to getting those results back to see what an impact the diet and exercise has had on that. Because that will give me an indication if I'm doing the right thing or if I'm not, and if I have to go back onto the metformin, which I really don't want to do. And I think I've said that 1,000 times in previous videos. Yeah, but anyway, again, today the weather is glorious, and I'm going to head up and get a haircut. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if it's most men, but I always go to the same barber. And I like it when he can just sit down and they know what you want to have. They cut your hair, not much chit chat. You pay your money and you leave. Now, I don't know if that's just me or if the majority of men are like that. I think it's probably a very different experience to when women go to the hairdressers, because that's sort of like catching up with the gossip and spending a couple of hours or however long that might take. Yeah, but anyway, I'm looking forward to getting a bit of this chopped off today. That'll help with some of the temperatures today. It's supposed to get up to about 25 degrees, which is still lovely, but not too hot. Yeah. Also counting down the weeks until we get back out to Corfu, which I think is now about 5 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks to go. And again, I'm really looking forward to that as well. Uh, that is sort of like my happy place. Yeah, once I get home today after the walk, I've got a bit of work to do for a couple of customers that I've already got to get done. Try and get that done before lunchtime, and then it's starting to work on my service offerings for my company and starting to put together a website, social media pages and profiles. Yeah, and then start kicking that off. Yeah, so I think I've got quite a bit of work to do on that. I want to make sure when I do launch it, it's right and I'm speaking to the right people. Yeah, so if anybody's got any tips and tricks, please let me know below. Just been listening to the radio whilst I've been walking around, and I've just heard that the government are still discussing restrictions on social media for under-16s. Now, I think that's, is it a good idea? Yes, but no. It depends on how those restrictions are put in place. Now, from a pure IT perspective, getting around those restrictions for the kids is going to be a very easy task. You know, I can log in using a VPN, change my hometown to a different country, done, and I'm in. So those sort of restrictions aren't going to work. It's not working in Australia, and I don't think it's going to work here. I think there's other things that need to be done, and I don't think sort of like a hard stop like that is useful. I think there's a little bit more education that needs to be done. You know, when you look at how many kids have been pressured into suicide through cyberbullying or are being groomed by pedophiles online, it's worrying and scary, especially if you're a parent. Yeah, but I don't think these sort of restrictions are going to be of any help, to be honest with you. I also think it's difficult as a parent, you know, you've got to find that balance between control and giving the kids a bit of freedom. And also actually understanding how and what they're looking at, which these days probably isn't easy. Yeah, so I don't know. I think there needs to be a different thought around this. And it's also difficult as a parent as well. You know, I've always learned do as I do works better than do as I say, not as I do. So kids are copying parents, and parents, a lot of them, when you look around, everybody's on their phone, me included. Now, I have been trying to reduce that, and that has worked. But I think it's difficult throughout society. I think, you know, mobile phones and iPads are very good babysitters, and a lot of parents use them just to soothe the kids. Yeah, interesting. If anybody's got any ideas or comments to that, let me know in the comments below, and we'll make that maybe another video.
See, I didn't record an outro for this video. But anyway, if you've got any information or comments around, you know, the social media ban for children in the UK, drop a few comments down below and let me know your thoughts on that. And if you've got any better ideas that you think might help solve that problem. Anyway, as always, thanks for tuning in. If you want to follow on my journey and you like what I'm doing, then please do consider subscribing, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.